Good evening, ghosties. Welcome to tonight's video, and let me tell you, I'm in a mood today. I'm in a mood. I'm done with people's bullshit. I'm just like over it. Can I vent to y'all for just like a minute? We're gonna talk about alien abductions today and some really creepy alien abduction stories, but like, I need to vent. Now, this isn't directed towards anybody in particular or anybody specific, because I see a bunch of people doing it, and it's something that just drives me freaking crazy. And it's people that are like name dropping bigger YouTubers in their titles and in their thumbnails, and you know you're doing it for views, and it drives me absolutely crazy. And people can be like, no, I'm not doing it for views, I'm just like generally interested in this topic or this person or blah blah blah. But I mean, please, I mean, that's like Logan Paul saying he didn't know he was gonna get views when he filmed a dead body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes I just have to vent about this stuff, because when you are a creator and you are trying to come up with really creative video ideas constantly and trying to always better your editing skills or filming skills. I mean, that's what I feel like I'm doing. When I create a video, when I go out and film something, when I'm at home editing, I'm always trying to up my production a little bit. I know I'm not like a Casey Neistat. Like, I know my videos aren't like that, but I try my best to make them a little bit better each time, and I try to do creative, original type ideas. So it drives me absolutely insane when people are getting large amount of views for not being creative and just name dropping different YouTubers, celebrities, and popping them in their thumbnails. Do you know what I mean? Like, it drives me absolutely insane. And then you have like really good original creators, and I'm not like boasting myself here, I'm talking about other people that are making really great videos, really unique ideas, like, and they're not being seen at all. Like, it drives me absolutely insane. And part of the problem is YouTube also. I mean, like, they just announced more original content, and one of them is Will Smith. Like, fucking, he's an actor. What the hell does he need a YouTube original for? You know what I mean? Like, showcase some talent that's already on YouTube, like original creators. And I'm probably gonna get demonetized for all the cursing in this video. I don't really care. Anyway, now that my rant is over with, let's talk about some creepy alien abduction stories. So the first story that I want to talk about is a little controversial. A lot of people in the UFO and alien community think that the story may be made up or hoaxed in some way. I'll let you be the judge of that. I just want to tell you how it went down. So this abduction story happened in 2001 in Australia, and it involved 3 people. And the unique thing about this story is that there was the one abductee, and then there was 2 witnesses to it. So a woman named Amy and her husband, I believe his name was Keith, they were in the house at the time, and then there was another friend in there named Petra. Petra fell asleep in one room, Amy fell asleep in the living room, and then Keith, Amy's husband, he fell asleep in yet another room. It was probably about 11 o'clock at night, and Petra woke up and she walked towards the room that Amy was sleeping in, and as she got closer to the room, she noticed something very weird. She saw like a bright light coming from the room, and as she entered the room, she saw her friend Amy floating out of the window, and she was like encapsulated in this bright white light. And I know I said encapsulated really funny there, but I just kept going. So of course Petra is like in shock when she sees her friend being sucked out the window by this light, and she faints and passes out briefly. When she wakes up, she starts screaming, which Keith hears, and then he comes into the room. Now, I'm not sure if he saw Amy being taken out the window or not, because he kind of, his story is more like when Petra woke up, she told him what had happened. So I don't really, you know, like, They say he's a witness, but I don't really think he's a witness if he didn't see the actual event happening. After a little while of debating what to do, Keith finally decided to call the local police and got them involved. And it was probably about 2 hours later when they got a phone call from Amy at a gas station about 500 miles away. And she said she was very thirsty, she felt dehydrated, and she didn't know how she got there. The only weird kind of remarkable things that were found on Amy's body is she had a little bit of kind of like a scar on her inner thigh, and she had some abnormal hair growth, meaning some hair grew really fast. I don't know where, but yeah. So there was actually some news coverage on this event, which I will play for you right now.
Who claims she was abducted by aliens. Now, before you start laughing, just listen to what Amy Rylance and her best friend who witnessed the event have to say.
I don't remember being taken, just like I don't remember being dropped off. I was asleep when it happened.
She may have been dreaming, but Amy Rylance says she didn't imagine it when a spaceship landed in her front yard and took her away.
Do you believe in aliens or UFOs?
I do now. I definitely do now.
I believe in it now because I've seen it and I know what I saw.
Amy's friend Petra was also in the house that night and claims she was woken by a bright light.
I've seen Amy in front of me on a beam of light being carried out of the living room window into a really huge ship outside.
The only evidence this happened, a torn curtain and a burnt bush, apparently singed by the bright light which carried sleeping Amy out the window.
No, I don't drink. I don't take drugs at all. I'm just a normal person.
So what was your reaction when you saw this? What did you do? Did you reach out to help her?
No, I couldn't. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it, and I fainted.
Next to wake up was Amy's husband, Keith.
I freaked out completely. I went mental, running around, screaming for her. But after I believed Petra, which I did after about 5 minutes, I called the police.
The only physical evidence I have are the marks from the tests that they did on me.
What sort of tests?
Just getting kind of DNA samples, and they didn't do anything bad to me, so it was wholly a good experience from my point of view.
So it's kind of weird that the bushes in the side of the house are kind of like almost burnt looking. For me, I don't know, the slash in the screen, if you know, because like a lot of times in alien abduction stories you hear people like going straight through the wall or straight through the window, so I don't understand why the screen had to be slashed. You know what I mean? That seems a little weird for me. So yeah, like I said, this case is very controversial. There are some weird things about it, and I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think this lady was really abducted by aliens, or do you think her and her friends staged this for some reason? Now, there's a couple other abduction stories that I want to read to you. They are from Reddit. Some users had posted their experiences, and I thought they were kind of creepy, and I want to share them with you. And I've had requests to make my videos longer, so that's what I'm doing too. I am making them longer for you guys because that's what you want, so that's what you get. So this first story is from a user on Reddit, and his name is Mr. Throwaway999. And he reports seeing grays ever since he was 6, and it continued until he was in his mid-30s. When he was 6 years old, he woke up to find a gray alien standing over him in the bed. Once the alien realized that he had been spotted, he kind of took off through the room and went straight through the wall, like straight through the door, towards the parents' room. So obviously he got up, went to go chase this thing to see what it was. It's a brave kid, right? And when he got to the room, it was completely gone. The alien had completely disappeared. One experience when he was 25 years old was just really creepy, in my opinion. He woke up in the middle of the night to find a bunch of gray aliens standing around him and his bed. They were doing some sort of operation on him, which he couldn't see because he wasn't able to move. And each of them kind of just talked to each other, making this like clicking sound. I mean, can you imagine? That would be terrifying, to wake up in the middle of the night, unable to move, unable to make a sound, with these strange beings all around you, and you know that they're operating on you and you can't do anything about it. So this next story is by a Reddit user named Sad Splinter, and it's really actually kind of creepy. So these people vanished and can't recall like 2 days of where they were. So they remember June 5th, and they remember that they were really eagerly awaiting their friend's birthday. And the next thing they know, they wake up and it's June 7th. Like, they completely lost that day and a half. They have no idea what happened to them during that time. When they kind of looked around for clues, they saw that in their handwriting, they had written something on the 6th of the calendar that wasn't there before, but they couldn't make out what it said. So they couldn't remember what happened to them during that missing period of time until one New Year's Eve. They both started having a reoccurring dream, and in that dream they were both strapped down to a table with bright lights in their faces. They could sense beings around them, and they could hear random words every now and then, like they would hear the word brain and then operate. And a lot of alien abductees do have recurring dreams, and a lot of times when they're having these dreams, it's almost like reliving it, and it's not just a dream, so it seems more real and more vivid. Imagine how scary it must be having something like this done to you, and then having to relive it in dreams over and over. Like, God. I'm actually like shaking a little bit while reading and telling these stories because, as you guys know, abductions and aliens are one of the things that actually really do freak me out. And I've said it before, it's because of the nature of the event, coming in and you not being able to move or speak, and them just kind of doing whatever they want to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like, it just really freaks me out. So what do you guys think about the 3 stories that I shared with you tonight? Do you think any of them hold weight? Do you think they are credible, real alien encounters? Or do you think they are some sort of hoax and people have just made these up? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and give it a like. I'm sorry for my rant at the beginning of it, but sometimes you just gotta get things off your chest, and you guys are my friends, and I just needed to talk to a friend for a minute, so I just let it all out. I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.